Why do narcissists rage out on you when you try to hold them accountable? Or why do they go silent on you when you try to hold them accountable? And if you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and to help validate victims and survivors of said disorder as well. So this series is called Why Do Narcissists? In today's episode, we're going to be talking about just that, what I said at the beginning, y'all. Why do narcissists, toxic people, whatever, rage out on you? Or why do they give you the silent treatment? Why do they stonewall you when you are just trying to hold them accountable? So the main reason why a lot of narcissistic people do this is to avoid shame. Shame, S-H-A-M-E. I call it me personally, I call it the shame monster. That's what I call it. That's what we decided to call it in therapy. Like I said, if you're new here, I've been in psychotherapy for the past almost 5.5 years. I keep saying 6 years because I like it, because it's, I started in 2017 and 2023, but I started October 2017. So I got a few more months before I hit the 6-year mark. But I've been in therapy for almost 6 years, y'all. And to avoid shame, y'all, at the core of why a lot of narcissists or toxic people do a lot of the things that they do, a lot of the things that we do, is to avoid shame. Yo, I know everybody's going to say, well, shame shouldn't hurt. Just take accountability. Everybody, it'll all feel better. Y'all, I wish I could. It's shame for a narcissist is debilitating. It's damn near destructive to that narcissist or to that toxic person, y'all. And I know y'all see my new scenery. I'm outside. My daughter's outside. It's 68 degrees right now in North Carolina. So we were shooting outside today. Don't worry about the background. But yeah, that's why I call it, it's so debilitating, it's so scary, it's so painful. Like that's why I call it the shame monster. It's monstrous. It's a monster. It attacks us. I'm telling you, it's like, how when you were a kid, you thought like a monster was underneath your bed. Just imagine like your inner child, the inner child of a narcissist is in a dark room, in that bed, in that same bed that you grew up in. And that monster underneath the bed is shame. That monster underneath the bed is shame. If that monster ever gets you, we don't want to know what happens if that monster ever catches up with us. So a lot of narcissists, toxic people, whatever you want to call them, y'all, they don't have to be diagnosed as a narcissist to be toxic as hell. They want to avoid that at all costs. My therapist, in my last therapy session, y'all, she asked me, she's like, if shame was sitting beside you on this couch right now, what would you say to shame? And I said, that's a tough question. What would I say to shame? Why? Why me? Why must you haunt me? Why must you terrorize me? Like, literally, why me? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Why? Why? So I'm constantly asking myself the question. I would ask shame, why me? And I don't expect an answer. I'm not, it's like, I'm afraid to look underneath the bed. I know there's a monster under the bed. I know it's under the bed, and it's shame. And a lot of narcissists will not acknowledge that, but that shame monster is under the bed growling. Every time your partner, your wife, your kids, your coworkers, your boss, your friends, your mom, your dad, every time somebody tries to hold you accountable, you can hear it like a low growl come out from underneath the bed. It's like, you can hear it. I can damn near hear it. I'm so self-aware that me and shame, I feel like I've met him. I feel like I met shame. And it's a scary sight, because shame, you know what? When I look in the mirror and I see shame looks exactly like me. Shame is 6'3", 240 pounds, has dreads, 37 years old. All the shame looks exactly like me. Except shame feels different on the inside, y'all. I'm just telling y'all. I wish I could describe it for y'all better. Sometimes I wish I could just put y'all inside of my mind and let you see how it feels. But the main reason why narcissistic people rage out on you is to avoid shame. Because if we get you to focus on something else, if we get you to focus on why we're on the rage and the anger and the frustration that we have towards you, you might not try to hold us accountable anymore. You might keep your mouth shut now. You might avoid this. You might start to walk on eggshells. And we like it when you are walking on eggshells, y'all. We enjoy it when you're walking on eggshells, because it gives us like the go ahead. It's like the gateway. It's like the card for us to keep perpetuating the same behaviors over and over again. It's like permission. It's like a permission slip. They keep doing it over and over again. So when we're yelling and screaming at you, or beating on our chest, or throwing stuff at the wall, punching holes in the wall, or whatever, it's distracting you from what actually the issue is. It's distracting you from that accountability. Like shame, we hear the low growl. When you, hey, can I talk to you about this real quick? Who is this right here? What, these screenshots prove that you were lying to me. Ooh, the low growl. I'm talking, and the louder the growl gets, like the bed, like the bed, like you remember the childhood bed? It starts shaking now. The closer we get to accountability, the stronger shame gets, and the bed is shaking now. So that little boy or little girl that's trying to avoid shame at all costs hops up out of the bed, gets angry, and starts screaming at you to avoid it, to try to drown. We're yelling and screaming to try to drown out the growls and the roar of the shame monster that's coming up from underneath that childhood bed, y'all. It just is, y'all, and it sucks to think like this a lot, but yeah, this is the way my mind works. And I wish, like I said, and I know I know a lot of people want their partner to be self-aware, but sometimes I wouldn't wish self-awareness on anybody, y'all, because the way my mind works is not, is not normal by any means. Because like the way I view the world, my wife is just like, what the hell? What are you talking about? I was just like, y'all, this is how I view it. I can't help it. I wish I could. I'm working on it, but this is how I view the world right now. This is my perspective right now. You know what I mean? But that's the way it goes, y'all. When you're dealing with narcissistic people, this is kind of the crux of it right here. They're trying to avoid shame. And, and like I said, yes, some of them will rage on. Not every narcissist. Let me go ahead and put this out there too. If y'all still here, not every narcissist will rage out on you. Not every narcissist will yell and scream at you. Not every narcissist will punch a hole in the wall. Some of them will go completely silent and start to ignore you. The silent treatment is also used to avoid the shame monster. The silent treatment, instead of yelling and screaming to drown out the roars of the shame monster, the silent treatment is like plugging our ears. That little kid, the childhood, like I said, the inner child of the narcissist, instead of yelling and screaming, we plug our ears to the shame. We don't want to hear it anymore. We stonewall you. We act like you don't exist. So when we plug in our ears, it's the same thing. We can't hear the roar anymore. We're screaming and yelling at you to get away from the shame monster, to no longer hear that roar. But other people plug their ears so they don't hear the roar. They plug their ears, they go, ah la 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 la, ah la 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 la. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. Dumb and what movie was that right there? Dumb and Dumber. It was Dumb and Dumber. I was like, wait. You said y'all might be too young for the Dumb and Dumber, but that's it. That's how it goes, though, y'all. That's the main reason that narcissistic people avoid accountability, because the shame monster. There could be some other reasons behind it, but this is my main reason. Just being in therapy for so long, working on myself for so long. I've been in therapy for a long time, but I feel like my last few sessions have been the most groundbreaking for me, because I think we understand now that, Adea, be careful. My daughter over here, y'all. She's running. Hey, mama. Hey, beautiful. You want to say hey? Can you say hey on the camera? Say hello. Can you say hello? I'm her shame monster, apparently. She'll want to avoid the shame or to be able to cap her. But, like I said, that's how it goes, though, y'all. Like I said, I wish I could explain it deeper, or on a more deeper level than that. But, like, literally, at the core of a narcissist avoiding accountability is that shame monster. And that's what my therapist says. And like, I know I forgot what I was saying. Because like, not only do I have narcissistic personality disorder, I think we've also understood now that I also have an underlying mood disorder. So my therapist was saying that it could be CPTSD. She's going to do a little bit more research. CPTSD, or I don't think it's not bipolar. She's saying CPTSD, some type of trauma. PPD, I think paranoid personality disorder, some other stuff I looked up. So we'll see. So I don't have just one disorder apparently now. There's some other stuff going on now. I have multiple disorders, which is not uncommon with narcissists, y'all. You get a lot of narcissists that have underlying symptoms or comorbid with BPD or something like that. But like me personally, like I said, I have narcissistic personality disorder and some underlying mood disorder. We find out that today is February the can't even see my phone, my camera is on my watch is on a different time. I think today is the 8th, I think. But we found on the 24th what else is going on. So, like I said, but like just that high, I spiked super high on paranoia, like off the charts, damn near. And I think the paranoia is of me I'm so paranoid of like the shame is so big in me. that is leading to the paranoia. It's increasing the paranoia in my mind, y'all. Like, I'm so scared of shame that it's making me paranoid of every damn thing around me, it seems like. For a long time, I think it was kind of cathartic going through that and finding out about the high paranoia, because it made a lot of sense. I thought a lot of my stuff was just me being scared of stuff, but it's really me being paranoid and having irrational fears based on what? It's just based on avoiding shame. So I'm digging deeper in my personality, y'all. I'm digging a lot deeper. I have some more opportunities coming up here because of me dealing with my mental health and my therapy and whatnot. Hey, what you doing? Hey, she's so fast. Y'all see her? She's so fast. Say, hey, can you say hello? Anyways, y'all, I thank y'all for tuning in. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all. If y'all don't know, my new journal is on Amazon. The Self-Love Journal by Lee Hammock. Just search Lee Hammock Self-Love on Amazon. It's on there. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, Mental Illness is out. Peace.